What really broke my heart was the very last time that we pulled out of the driveway, and I couldn't stop crying. The dirt road turned to pavement, how the kids started to misbehave, man, forgetting already all of the memories we made. And I said, quit your bitching, son, and quit your belly aching, my lovely. Besides, I'm the one who should be bitching. Lord knows I'm belly aching, baby. Well, sure, we had a good run, but I want the kids to have one too. So they can learn from our mistakes, avoid the short ride and the heartaches. Yeah, but no matter what we do, and no matter what we say, no matter what it takes, it won't matter anyway. Still it's hard to break. What really broke my heart was packing up the little things, like the old stereo, the vinyl and cassettes, and how John Denver sings. What really broke my heart was the very last time that we watched the sun go down over that tree line. What a hell of a way to go, the smoky red and the raining fire. The sky put on a show, but it was one more heartbreak aboard the road. Well, sure, we had a good run, but I want the kids to have one too. So they can learn from my mistakes, avoid the short ride and the heartaches. Heartbreak, yeah, but no matter what we do, no matter what we say, no matter what it takes, it won't matter anyway. Still it's hard to break. What really broke my heart was feeling this was all my fault. That was tough, cause I couldn't get her done, I couldn't stand tall enough. What really broke my heart, really, really broke my heart. What really, really, really broke my heart, what really, 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 really broke my heart is somebody is lighting up my campfire, and somebody is strumming out on my guitar, and somebody is sitting under my moonbeam, and somebody is living my winter's dreams, and one is sitting in my dad's deck chair, strolling around in his underwear, and somebody else doesn't have a care, and that somebody ought to be me. It's not fair. Well, sure, we had a good run, but I want the kids to have one too. So they can learn from my mistakes and avoid the short ride and the heartache. Yeah, but no matter what we do, and no matter what we say, no matter what it takes, won't matter anyway. Still it's hard to break. It's hard. What really broke my heart was the loss of a lifelong friend, loss of a lifelong love. Lifelong shouldn't end. And then when we let you go, we knew you were gone for good. What really broke our hearts is that we knew it would. Sure, we had a good run, but what about my son? So he can learn from my
That was John Cornwall with What Really Broke My Heart here on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau, brand new artist and music video here on East Coast Hour. Welcome to episode number 29. This hour we're going to have just about a full hour of brand new music videos, ones you've never seen before here, except for I think about one that'll be on this episode. And I'm going to share these new videos with you. Hopefully you like them just as much as I do. Now, coming up in this hour, we're going to be checking out the viewers' pick of the week. All week long, you've been voting for your choice of music video to be shown during this video. I'll also give you an update on the news that I released to you last week about East Coast Hour moving over to Biota TV. I'll give you a little bit of an update there. Also coming up in this hour, I talked to you last week or so about a documentary that was being put on by Brandon Boyd featuring Leona Berkey. I have some information from Brandon, and I'll be sharing some of that with you about when that release date is coming up. So that's coming up in this hour as well. Also, a new connection that East Coast Hour has made now. It's with Maple Slice of Canada, an online-based radio station out of Toronto. So I'll be bringing you a little up-to-date on what's going to happen there. Now, coming up in this hour, we're going to check out some artists like Evans and Doherty. Also checking out with Violet, Adria Jackson, Karen Pyra, another new artist here on East Coast Hour. Mushcat, Dee Dee Austin, and Brett Matthews, they're all involved in today's show as well. So let's continue right along now. It is Elise Aaron with a new video that we haven't seen before here on East Coast Hour. It's Wild Card on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Through the door, a dark and smoky room. They tell me it's a gamble. They say I can't see through. I pull up a chair, avoiding their glances. Kinda hard to handle, but I'm gonna take my chances on a wild card. I'm betting on a wild card. And his hand had been dealt. I know it's not fair. I'm betting on a wild card, a wild card. And when my luck is running out and it's all up in the air, well, baby, I'm a wild card. Put your hands down, be anything, anything I ever had. And just as I'm about to fold, and they hide behind their faces, you're here like I knew you'd be, and we're coming up races with a wild card. I'm betting on a wild card. And his hand had been, no, it's not fair. I'm betting on a wild card.
was Elise Aaron with Wildcard here on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Elise Aaron, an alternative country rock songwriter, artist from Cape Breton Island. She's been described as an artist of fiery and rebellious rock and roll. Now, she has some upcoming shows that you might want to check out. This one, well, it only happens to be if you happen to be in Nashville, but she'll be there September the 20th at Americana Fest 2024. And coming up on Friday, November 8th, she's going to be in Wolfville for Nova Scotia Music Week, so you can check her out there. Coming up next, Evans and Doherty on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Hey everybody, this is Jolene Harnish having a chit chat here with Chuck on the East Coast Hour. Chuck, thanks so much for this platform. We really appreciate the support that you give us East Coast artists. Wish you all the luck with this.
Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, gentle whisper in my soul. When you touch me with your beauty, there is magic that unfolds. Precious moments spent with you have shown me where I belong. Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, nature's music, nature's song. I have walked your highland valleys, I have roamed your sandy shores, and the peace that lies within me will remain forevermore. Every day I spend with you helps me to carry on. Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, nature's music, nature's song. Land of splendor, land of wonder, touch the spirit, touch my heart, and your oceans, my emotions, rush with feelings you impart. Let my journey take me there, and troubles will soon be gone. Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, nature's music, nature's song. Let my journey take me there. Leave the worries, leave the cares. All my troubles disappear, leaving me free and strong. Nova Scotia, Nova Scotia, nature's music, nature's song. Nature's song.
That was Evans and Doherty with a Bob Quinn song called Nova Scotia, and accompanied with some images by Wally Hayes. A beautiful video here on East Coast Hour. Now, I told you I'd give you a little bit of an update on what I announced last week with East Coast Hour. Doing a little bit of work and partnering up with Biota TV. Now, Biota TV, as I indicated to you, is an online streaming service where you'll be able to go and catch episodes of East Coast Hour. They're going to take our full program, all 29 episodes now, and be uploading those onto their TV station. So, in effect, East Coast Hour will have its own TV station as well. Again, it's on Biota TV, but also available through Roku and soon to be on Apple TV. So that's pretty exciting news. Now, we've started the process. I'm starting to send some of the files over to Biota TV, and they're in the process of now getting them all ready to be uploaded. So I'll keep you up to date, let you know when you might be able to drop on over there and check those out. Again, it's a free service, this Biota TV, so you can just drop in, log on, and watch these episodes at any time, as well as watching them here on YouTube. Let's continue right along with a brand new video that we haven't seen before from this group who have been on the show before with Violet. This is Asking For on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
She's always smiles and rainbows, but that's what the others see. She's always running in circles when she's alone with me. She's never coming or going. She never asked me to leave, and now I'm caught in a cyclone. Another dog on a leash. You say I'm everything you want. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I know that you can talk the talk. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I'm always trying to please her. Hey, yeah, no, she says I sit at home and I hold her while she plays with my head. I give her over the keyboard while she throws us away. Yeah. You say I'm everything you want. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I know that you can talk the talk. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? When are you in or are you out? Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I know I'm everything you want. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? You say I'm everything you want. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I know that you can talk the talk. Why can't I give you what you're asking for? Well, are you in or are you out? Why can't I give you what you're asking for? I know I'm everything you want. Why can't I give you what you're asking for?
That was With Violet and Asking For on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. That video is an example of the 2000s, the year 2000s, and With Violet is just shining bright in that video. You can check out this dysfunctional crew in that Malcolm in the Middle inspired music video. Great group. Pete, Sarah, Matthew, Spencer, and Hunter. Check them out. Find out more about them on their website, www.withvioletband.com. Now, all week long, you've been voting for the Viewer's Pick of the Week. We started this probably about maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago, that you have an opportunity to pick a video that you would like to see on the upcoming episode of East Coast Hour. So all week long, you've been voting for the video of your choice, and we're going to show it to you right now. So here is Kenny Pettipaw with The Trawler Man on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
As you sit down for your tea, take a moment to think of me. I'm the one who leaves the key to bring home harvest from the sea. Lobster pot and fishing creel, deep sea cod and boiled eel, biting wind and roaring gale. I risk it all when I set sail. The quota's nearly done for me. Too many a catch thrown back to sea. All the men from the fisheries care nothing for my misery. Lobster pot and fishing creel, deep sea cod and boiled eel, biting wind and roaring gale. I risk it all when I set sail. The sea cares nothing for my fate. The ebbing tide will never wait. There's not enough to fill the crate. I battle Neptune to fill your plate. Lobster pot and fishing creel, deep sea cod and boiled eel, biting wind and roaring gale. I risk it all when I set sail. Deep sea fish no longer spawn, my rusty trawler has been withdrawn. Fishermen are no longer born, and sou'westers no longer worn. Lobster pot and fishing creel, deep sea cod and boiled eel. I trawl the waves from dusk till dawn. There'll be no seafood when I'm gone. lobster pot and fishing creel, deep sea cod and boiled eel, biting wind and roaring gale. I risk it all when I set sail, biting wind and roaring gale. I risk it all when I set sail.
That was Kenny Pettypaw with The Trawler Man on East Coast Hour, this week's Viewer's Pick of the Week. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Now, Kenny hails from Almadam in Cape Breton, and he lends his talents to many local events and activities, most times in support of a great cause. So thank you to everyone who voted, and don't forget to keep an eye on the description section below for the link to be able to vote for next week's Viewer's Pick of the Week. Please vote, share, and have all of the fans and friends of these various artists be sure to vote for the upcoming Viewer's Pick of the Week for next week's show. Thank you for tuning in. It's extremely important that you watch and share these episodes on your social media platforms. I need to build up the viewership and make sure that people are watching these videos. So share them around, like and comment. I'd love to hear from you. Comment on the different episodes so we can interact and I can gather your ideas and suggestions of how we can improve the show, and also to know what topics and videos are important to you. Moving right along, another video that was just recently sent to us. It was just premiered on September the 10th, so only a few days ago. Here is Adria Jackson and Castle Thrieve on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
It was a misty morning in August. We looked for a castle in the distance. We walked through the trees, and what did we find but a bell with a sign saying, "Ring for a ride. Ring for a ride, ring for a ride, for the river high diddle, die diddle, die dee." Thrice we rang when a white boat appeared. The boatman said, "Welcome aboard, I am here." He glided on the water clear, through the river high diddle, die diddle, die dee. Ring for a ride, ring for a ride, through the river high diddle, die diddle, die dee. An osprey swooped down from on high. It dove in the water looking for trout who hid in the riverbed, in the river high diddle, die dee. Ring for a ride, ring for a ride, in the river high diddle, die dee. The castle appeared as the mist lifted. The boat moored and we stepped ashore. Then we walked to the path to the old ruin on the river high diddle, die dee. Ring for a ride, ring for a ride, on the river high diddle, die dee. Tiptoeing the stone stairs, you could almost sea. A woman in the midst of the eve, with a bird of prey flying overhead, walking the river, high diddle, die diddle, die dee. Ring for a ride by the river, high diddle, die diddle, die dee.
That was Adria Jackson with Castle 3 on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Again, that video premiered on September the 10th. It was filmed by David Jackson, and you can just watch that video and just be swept away with the mystical Celtic harp and spirited cello in this historical Threave Castle in Scotland. Adria Jackson's soaring vocals tells the story of the Maid of Galloway walking the steps in her medieval island castle surrounded by the River Dee. This new song embodies traditional Celtic music with robust medieval rhythms and style. Now, our next video is a group that's returning to East Coast Hour from Connecticut. It's part of our East Coast Hour USA, uniting the North American Eastern Seaboard with music videos from artists across all of North America. Here is the Name Droppers back with us again. Here's their video, Red House, on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Been home to see my baby. 99, what have they? Wait a minute, something's wrong. This key won't unlock the door. Wait a minute, something's wrong. This key won't lock the door. I got a bad, bad feeling. My baby, she don't live here no more.
That was the Name Droppers, Red House on East Coast Hour USA. Here, I'm Chuck Boudreau on our East Coast Hour episode. So thank you very much to the Name Droppers for keeping in contact and letting me know that you have other videos there to share. And we just did the same. We just shared one of your videos. That song was released in 2023, and it was a tune that was written by Jimi Hendrix. Now, it came from their album called Blue Diamonds. It was produced by Vic Steffens of Horizon Music Group in 2023. It was filmed at the historic Samuel Eels House in North Brantford, Connecticut. Now, in the band, Scott Spray on bass, Ron Rifkin on piano, Bobby T. Torello on drums, and Rafe Klein on guitar. So thank you very much to the Name Droppers, and tune in. We'll keep an eye on some more East Coast USA artists to be able to share their music videos with you. If you are an artist and you have a video to share, I'd love to hear from you. You can email it to me, eastcoasthour@gmail.com. Share your videos with me. I'll share them with the viewers. We're going to continue right now with another new video from a new artist to East Coast Hour. It's Karen Pyra. This is Broken Shells on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
quiet sandy beach and a cozy seaside cafe. The smell of ocean breeze and coffee join her thoughts every day. It's 15 years since he left her. The kids have all left home. If you ask her, she'll say she's doing okay, but sometimes she feels alone. Broken shells upon the sand, pieces of lives that once were, and they'll never ever go back together the way they used to be. Put those pieces in a jar, they're beautiful as they are. Broken shells making something new that we could not foresee. He fondly remembers as he comes for coffee each day, his wonderful wife of a decade before she passed away. He smiles as he passes the woman on the beach outside the cafe. He wonders if she'd like someone to walk with. Maybe there's a way. Broken shells upon the sand, pieces of lives that once were, and they'll never ever go back together the way they used to be. Put those pieces in a jar, they're beautiful as they are. Broken shells making something new that we could not foresee. Their eyes meet and she comes toward him. Could they be ready for a change? They share a coffee and a story or two. Broken shells rearrange. Broken shells upon the sand, pieces of lives that once were, and they'll never ever go back together the way they used to be. Put those pieces in a jar, they're beautiful as they are. Broken shells making something new that we could not foresee. Broken shells making something new we could not foresee.
That was Karen Pyra, Broken Shells on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Karen hails from PEI. Now, that video was released on August the 29th, so just recently it appeared up on YouTube. The video and the song is all about cherishing memories and embracing second chances in life. Now, Karen didn't start recording her music until she was 55, motivated to do so by mentors who knew that other people needed to hear her music. She's determined to step outside of society's stereotypes of gender and age by exploring the experiences of people in the second half of their lives through music. Now, she released her first album, Scrapbook, in 2023 and celebrated its release with a concert at PEI's Harmony House that people are still talking about. Her song, celebrating women farmers everywhere, Farm Girl with Attitude, spent 17 weeks on the Canadian Indie Country Countdown chart. And her celebration of her home province of Prince Edward Island, Coming Home to the Island, lived on the East Coast Top 30 Countdown chart for 7 weeks. She currently has several projects on the go, including several single releases planned over the coming year, as well as a new album with one of her favorite co-writers, Mike Elliott. Their blues album will be released in 2025. Now, when she's not writing music, Karen can usually be found spending time with her horses, dogs, and her wonderful partner of over 37 years, Jim. You can often find her at the beach. Visit her website at www.karenpyra.com. Here's Bill Travis, aka Mushcat, with a live performance from the Sunday Song Sessions in Nova Scotia. It's called The Wife of a Serial Killer on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
What do they say? You write what you know. So I wrote this from watching probably too much true crime television. The wife of a serial killer doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a mass murderer. Yeah, the wife of a serial killer doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a mass murderer. Every time he goes out at night, he's always got a story or an alibi. Doesn't seem to be any foul play, at least not to her, no. And if there's been a body in the car, he's gone and covered it up with lavender. If there were a home inspection now, they wouldn't find anything. Cause the wife of a serial killer doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a masked murderer. Yeah, the wife of a serial killer doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a masked murderer. But ever since the police came around, she's taken closer notice of the sound of his voice as he delivers his alibi. Whenever he goes out at night, still there doesn't seem to be any foul play, at least not tonight. Doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a masked murderer. Yeah, the wife of a serial killer doesn't necessarily know she's in love with a masked murderer. There's been a body in the yard, buried in the garden for years. She's never seen it.
That was Bill Travis, aka Mushcat, here with the wife of a serial killer on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. That came from the YouTube channel Songwriters from Here and Away, and it was recorded live back in July of 2021. Bill Travis was on guitar and vocals, Theo McIntosh, again guitar and vocals, Mark Merriman on bass, and Chris Brown on drums. Now that song, if you didn't catch it, was all about a wife of a serial killer who doesn't necessarily know that she's in love with a mass murderer. Now our next artist is from Fall River, Nova Scotia, who has been singing since the age of 10. Dee Dee Austin is a product of her church community and her Indigenous heritage. She gives credit to the late Maxine Hibbets, an organist from her church, for sparking her initial desire to pursue a life of music, and draws much of her inspiration from her Indigenous roots. Stepping Stones was recorded and produced at the award-winning FMP Matrix Studio in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia by Scott Ferguson. She says that her goal is to touch the hearts of all my listeners through my realistic lyrics. I pour my heart into everything that I sing and play. This is the first single from her debut EP, Stepping Stones. It's Dee Dee Austin, A Little Past 9 on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Yeah, yeah. The beach waves crash on the sand. We're sitting and listening. I'm holding your hand. Slowly the sun sets and the stars shine bright. Laying on the beach, you holding me so very tight. I'm here with you, watching the most beautiful sight. The moon is high, now the tide is low. This is the only way to go. The sun starts to shine a little past 9. Whoever knew I'd be here with you this time. I'm here with you, watching the most beautiful sight. The moon is high, now the tide is low. This is the only way to go. Oh yeah. It's 9:30, sipping on a rosé wine. You sitting there, looking so damn fine. 'Cause I'm here with you. You are the most beautiful sight. The moon is high, now the tide is low. This is the only way. I'm here with you. You are the most beautiful sight. The moon is high, now the tide is low. This is the only way. The only way to go.
Hey there, it's Brett Matthews. Just wanted to jump on and say thanks to Chuck for including my music in his program for East Coast Hour. It's a great program for someone like myself to, showcase their music to a whole other audience that I might not have reached otherwise. So big thank you to him. And this is East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Hey, what's up? This is Classified.
Brett Matthews.
I'm going to show you how we put the song together for Brett's song, If I Die. It all started with this acoustic guitar right here and just Brett. Brett came over his guitar, started singing this.
If I die today,
I started jumping in. First thing we added was the shaker. Just add a bit of movement. And I think Owen was there. Played some bass. Starts to fill up there. And put a little kick drum in too. Just give it a little bit of movement. And then I had this vocal sample thing. Just brought a couple of those, brought them in and out of the song. Wanted to keep most of it pretty chill, just so it kept the root of what Brett's song was. A little bit of snare. Some keys, following the same chords. And then the strings with it. Then I had to put put some beatbox in it because I wanted to add some hip hop style to it. So let me just turn it up so you can hear a little more. It's just almost acted as like another hi-hat just to keep the movement of it going. And then what else we have? You had this other guitar that you added on top, which was basically playing the same chords as the original ones he had, but just on electric guitar.
Electric, yeah.
I think that's everything that we had in it. We just started pulling different things out at certain times, re-adding stuff. So like you don't hear the hi-hats and the snare right here. But then once this bar finishes up, it comes back in right here. And I think the only other thing we put in there was my verse at the end. That was the basis of it there.
Yeah.
It was feeling good, it was moving, but it still had like that acoustic vibe. And the chorus came in.
If I die today, let my family know that I was happy. Just make sure they know I'll miss them badly. My last trip around the sun has ended sadly. And if I die today, please remind my girl about the good times. Wake ups in the mornings and the good nights. What I wouldn't give to share just one more smile. One more smile. For granted. Remember every story like your dad did. And everything you've lost, at least you had it. And if I die today, spend your days as if you won the lotto.
Die today, tell my kids I love them. Tell them I'm proud of them and the woman that they're becoming. Tell them they made their father happy and showed me life's purpose. When I thought I knew it all, they showed me I never scratched the surface. Tell my wife I miss her and I'm still right there with her. Remind her about the good times we had when we were together. Kept me warm throughout the coldest winters. I was the one you shared your secrets with. Baby, I still hear your whispers. Tell my parents thank you for rubbing my ankles through the late nights. When I was having growing pains, you always showed me strength. And tell my friends good times, the memories live forever. When I'm gone, I'll be okay. I just miss the moments together with you.
That was Brett Matthews with If I Die Today on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Now, Brett is going to be joining me on the online radio station called Maple Slice of Canada. I told you about that a little earlier. And in my conversations with Wanda of Maple Slice of Canada, we talked about me bringing an East Coast artist with me to the show when I'll be joining her for an episode, talking about East Coast music. And I'm going to bring Brett. He's going to join me. Brett and I have conversed. He's agreed to do it, and he's going to be joining me on that show. So that's going to be happening sometime mid-October. Maple Slice of Canada is based out of Toronto, and looking forward to that partnership with Wanda and her team and that online radio station. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in for episode 29. So don't forget, subscribe, watch, and share. Those are very important for the life of this channel. I really need you to do it. And please encourage others to tune in, watch, and share these videos. Don't forget also to vote for this week's Viewer's Pick of the Week. Look down at the description section at the bottom of this episode and find the link to be able to vote. To wrap up this week's episode, here is Shiretown with All We've Got here on East Coast Hour with Chuck. Have a great week.
You've got a job and you're married to your first love. I'm no better 'cause I work like a dog and I've been talking to my lunchbox. You and I should take the time today that we never should have gave away. Time is love, and love is all we've got. You and I can let our spirits play, even if it's only for a day. Time is love, and love's all we've got. I've got a plan that I'll make it so we don't mind. You and I are headed up to the hills for the meadow in the sunshine. You and I are taking time today that we never should have gave away. Time is love, and love is all we've got. You and I can let our spirits play, even if it's only for a day. Time is love, and love's all we've got.